and we'll be talking about motorcycling for women later on, because we're at one of the big motorcycle meets in the United States with our intrepid correspondent Andrea Yu. And for our virtual jukebox evening this morning, it's which tune would you select for Usain Bolt tonight, please, Stephen?
Dalton, thank you. We'll see you in 20 minutes' time. Edwina Curry and Mohammed Shafiq looking through the Sunday newspapers. Edwina, I wanted to ask you about this, actually. The Conservative MP, George Freeman, wants to organise a Tory Glastonbury. He's on the show tomorrow night, by the way. But this is following the boost he reckons was given to Jeremy Corbyn at the music festival this year. He wants to establish the event. I'm reading from the Independent today. For party activists and their families as a way to bolster the Conservatives' dwindling grassroots support. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's a lovely idea, absolutely brilliant. I would suggest he doesn't do it in Derbyshire. The Why Not festival in Derbyshire was rained off last weekend. It's a great idea. I mean, it's not an entirely daft thing to suggest. Way back
Is it not a sign of desperation?
No, way back when, Young Conservatives, many people joined the Young Conservatives because it was a marriage market. You met a better type of person there, you know.
It was a marriage market?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the number of people in their 70s. The number of people in their 70s and 80s who are still party activists, Stephen, because they met in the YCs. Now, I was never a member of the YCs because I was a student. I was active in student politics. But the idea of having party politics as a social activity is a very good one. That way, you get along people who say, well, I would never be interested in politics ever, but I'd like to go and have a fun time and, you know, meet some good people. Why not? Why not have a lovely time doing that? And while you're at it, well, we'll go and do some leafleting beforehand. That's fine. It's not a bad idea at all. You know, politics is not just about politicians speaking to each other or to the converted.
Do you think Theresa will be able to embrace the spirit of the festival?
Well, I think she'd wear a leopard print shoes, wouldn't she? Oh, yes, why not?
You'll see the audience leave.
Not necessarily, not necessarily.
Yeah, I just think that the Tories are toxic when it comes to these sort of things. Out there in festivals, people are cheering Jeremy Corbyn, singing Jeremy Corbyn.
Actually, out there in festivals, people are cheering their favourite groups. Right?
They are cheering Jeremy Corbyn. You've seen the videos. You've seen the videos.
An enormous, yeah, but they cheered him because he said he was going to sort out student debt.
Come on.
Oh yeah, that was a promise that lasted. Was it all of 3 weeks, Mohammed?
What about your promises? You were going to scrap school
Two
dinners?
wrongs
You were going to scrap
make a
school
right.
dinners, then you were going to turn on that. You were going to introduce breakfasts, that you scrapped.
I didn't
Triple knuckle.
I didn't watch
your manifesto.
Let's get back to
Hold on a second, we're not talking to each other.
I'm just saying it's the fastest U-turn in politics. She made a promise about social care, and within hours she had to backtrack. So I don't think we'll take any lectures from the Tories when it comes to
I think you will. I think you will. Because if you are promising to a bunch of students, to the many hundreds of thousands of students, in fact I think we're about to make 2 million students now, if you're promising that you will deal with their debt, and you don't actually know how much money you're talking about, and you withdraw that debt, and you win hundreds of thousands of votes.
And when you withdraw school meals from children, when you promise free breakfasts for all children in primary school children. I'm sorry, but you cannot have the moral high ground on this issue.
I can have the moral high ground. Absolutely, yes, I can. Not least because I didn't agree with that.
So many broken promises. I mean, I only all night.
I only mentioned the festival, for goodness sake.